Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, hello and welcome to another episode of Stumps and Sixes, where every cricketing moment finds its voice. We're covering match number 10, where Delhi Capitals have won another game and they have completed a hat trick of wins to go top of the table, and they have proved that the toss is not a factor and a team has to play positive cricket to win a game and they can defend a total. Delhi Capitals, I think, after the first game, going back to the season opener against Mumbai Indians, they played perfectly, and they were very good in that game. They did everything right, but they were just unlucky for that last ball six. But after that, it's a hat trick of wins, complete dominance, and I think Delhi Capitals are the team to beat this season. Welcome back, Gershon. What are your thoughts?
Absolutely. Good to be back, Vivan. Hi, Karthik. I think today, as you said, barring the first match where they lost in the last ball, they haven't looked at their best. And even today, I think since ball one, they've been really, the shoulders are down. The kind of, there's no confidence in them. And Delhi to capitalize it. I think Delhi have shown us how to bat first and win a game. They've done it back to back. And yeah, good signs for Delhi and not so good signs for UP. I mean, I think Gujarat were trying to get one last win in the Bangalore leg, but doesn't look like it is. I think Delhi were all in all a better team today.
Yes. Yes, I completely agree what Girisham told. It's completely, I think at this moment, Gujarat Giants will be feeling very frustrating. Sometimes as a team, when things don't go your way, I know it's just very frustrating that what you want to do, what is not going for them. 4 games in a row, they've tried everything they could. But yes, again, things not going away as well as there was an injury as well. Hemlata got injured midway. So things are not going the way they prepared so far in this tournament, and it is just continuing. But for me, Delhi Capitals were absolutely superb out of performance, especially Meg Lanning leading from the front. And we know she's just a consistent player who just consistently performed. And as you said, Vivan, toss is not the factor. I completely agree. You really cannot rely on toss every matches to go in your favor. You as a team, if you don't win the toss, you just have to make that impact on the field, which I feel the Delhi Capitals did, which the Gujarat Giants didn't win. Yes, if you go in depth analyze, I would say they dropped a lot of catches. Both sides dropped few catches. So I'm not going to blame Gujarat Giants did and Delhi Capitals didn't. But yes, I mean, if Gujarat Giants could have holding more catches, maybe they could have restricted them below 130. Maybe they could have restricted them 20 runs lower, which they could have may possibly chased. But at the end of the day, it was Delhi Capitals Day. You have to just accept it.
One thing that changed for Gujarat Giants was that Beth Mooney won her first toss and she elected to chase, like all teams are doing. But let's talk about the first innings of Delhi Capitals. I think Shefali Verma got to a start. She got a boundary and she got a very good lofted shot over the bowler for a six. But a catch was dropped by a catch was dropped for on her a catch was dropped. But after that, she got out, and then even Alice Capsey came in, a young player who batted really well, and she also got out. But it was, I think, Meg Lanning. I think Meg Lanning for me, I think she's a complete Aussie mentality we can see from her. I think Meg Lanning has won 7 World Cups as a player, and so as a leader, I think she was exceptional today. She got her decisions right. She got the right bowlers in. She got the right fields. And as a player, she played an anchor innings today. I think when Shefali Verma and uh, Alice Capsey got out, but she stayed there. She was steady at the start, but then she capitalized to play that anchor innings. She knew just when to accelerate, and I think I can't help but to draw similarities between an Aussie opener in David Warner doing this for Australia, for Delhi Capitals recently, and for Sunrisers Hyderabad. So I think the Aussie mentality comes into play. Meg Lanning brings her experience, international experience in the game, and I think Meg Lanning What do you think, Gershom, about the performance of
I think
Maglan?
just not the just Meg Lanning and even the rest of the Delhi batters. If you see, in comparison to Gujarat, both of them lost wickets at regular intervals. I think bowlers from both the sides, even though Gujarat dropped a few chances, they still managed to pick up a few wickets. The only difference, according to me, Vivan, I think, was the fact that Delhi did not take the pedal. They put off the pedal. They kept trying to get a better run rate. You saw Capsy trying to get the run rate, McLanning trying to get a better run rate, and even after they lost them in the lower order of Sutherland and a couple of other players as well, they went for the big shots. They knew that they needed a respectable total on the boards. If you see how they paced their innings, they went really hard in the first six, and they kind of calmed down a little bit until the 16th over, and then again, I mean, they probably would have gone for 20 more if they had one of Capsy or Lanning there left, but they didn't. All thanks to some good pace bowling by Gujarat. But the fact being that in comparison, when Gujarat came out to bat, even though they kept losing wickets, they weren't clearly trying to up the run rate. And I mean, you can say that was just thanks to really good bowling by Delhi, but the intent was not seen. Just the kind of I'm not really a fan of a lot of people who know me think it's okay to take things lightly because I usually pretend, I'm like I take things lightly. But when you're on the ground, Vivan, I saw a couple of slight smiles after drops, and kind of a very chill attitude, which after four losses is kind of embarrassing. So that's what I think stood out the difference for me majorly between Delhi and Gujarat. But yeah, all in all, Delhi continue their good form. So I think good signs for Delhi going in to their home leg now.
Yes, I would want to continue of what Girisham pointed out is about one thing the Gujarat Giants have been continuing throughout the season is losing early wickets in the power play. It is not something they've been continued throughout the season, and it was not so different today. We expect something new would have happened, but again, they lost the half of their batting lineup in the power play, and especially in a big chase like 160, chasing a huge total like that, you lose half of your batting lineup in the power play, then it's just going to be difficult. Yes, Ash Gardner was there. He was the only hope for them. But then again, we saw the Delhi bowlers, especially one bowler I want to talk about is Joe. If you remember against RCB also when they were chasing 190, she was just coming at regular intervals and finding breakthroughs. And that's more important that if you have such a bowler in a side that who can be a breakthrough bowler when the opposition are just building partnership and getting bowler. And I think Meglani, credit to Meglani captaincy. She was get whenever she knew there was a small partnership building over from the Gujarat Giants, and she got Josin and she was just getting wickets and putting Gujarat Giants in the back seat, and that's what she did it with the RCB. So that's one big thing.
Both of
Yes.
I think adding on to what Karthik said, both of even Radha Yadav
Yes.
and Jonathan were really good. I think the difference between again Gujarat's batting was because their spin bowling wasn't that effective. Yes, Ashley Gardner got a couple of wickets in the back end, but it was mainly Meghna who got some really good wickets up front. So the major difference being, and both the pacers bowled well. I think Chinnaswamy is always known to offer variable bounce. So your pacers always have a when you're bowling medium pace. But it was spinners, as Karthik mentioned clearly. I think the fact that Radha Yadav and Jess were clearly able to tie down the batsmen. Batsmen look to walk across the off stump and then sweep the ball. They got a couple of really good, LBW calls, and it worked their favor. And Radha Yadav also got a few wickets. So yes, the spinners I think played a major role in tying up the runs in the middle overs, and it all became too much in the end for them to get over the line.
The way DC started, when you're defending a score of 160, I think Tita Sadhu, she came in the game, she was playing the first match of the season, and she showed everybody that she is also a very good player who hasn't got a chance, but when she got a chance, she capitalized on it. She started a T20 game with a maiden. That's where you see the intent coming into play. DC were out with intent to defend this total. Meg Lanning got her distance right. And then Shikha Pandey in the second over came in, bowled at in swinger and got the wicket of Wolwart. I think in the last match, Wolwart played really well. And to get the opener bowled, Gujarat Giants started with 0 for 1. That is where Shikha Pandey and the start that Shikha Pandey and Tita Sadhu gave them came into play. Then I think Beth Mooney and Phoebe Litchfield they got going. But yeah, like Karthik said, Jess Jonathan she came in and in 1 over she got both the Aussie duo out. She got Phoebe Litchfield and Beth Mooney in a single over, and then it was late to. Then I think Gardner played really well, but it was again Jess Jonathan who came in and got the wicket of Ashley Gardner after she scored 40 runs. And after that, it was all Radha Yadav. She came in, she completely collapsed the middle order. And I think Radha Yadav and Jess Jonathan both took 3 wickets each. And Radha Yadav ended the day with a purple cap. She has a purple cap on her head now. Radha Yadav. She got the reward for her efforts. And I think it was a complete, great bowling performance by DC to come out and defend 160. I think when Gujarat had to get this win after a hat of losses, I think they would have seen 160 as a chaseable target with the firepower they have. The start that they have the firepower between Phoebe Litchfield and Beth Mooney when they were playing. They must have seen it as 160 they have to get, but I think the complete dominance by these DC bowlers, and you saw they won by 25 runs, which is again a big margin to boost their net run rate again. So DC are getting
Absolutely. I think,
dominant wins.
just nothing to add on. I think once, as you said, we won 163, absolutely chaseable. The same pitch when RCB played Delhi just the last match, and RCB still reached 160. In target of 190. So at the end of first innings, when I was looking at the score, I honestly thought Gujarat were in it. Even though their first innings was really very, very pathetic. They still somehow were able to kind of lock them down to 160. So right after that, I think, as you said, the way Tita Sadhu came out with the new ball, there's always something in Chinnaswamy. In the evening times, I've always seen it. In the IPL, in any international match, the kind of cool winds in the evening, right, really assist swing. So they get some ball moving in the upfront, and they looked out of all sorts. I think I was just talking about before the shoot started when we were discussing. It is Gujarat looked really out of sorts. After the kind of start they've had, 3 losses in 3 matches, it becomes really difficult. Um, but I thought Beth Mooney, being the kind of captain she says, captain of Australia for a long time, and has been very, very successful at it. I also saw her a couple of times trying to get the morale up of everybody. Just cheer them on a little bit, but clearly it's not working out for them. I think it's too little, too late now. Even if they go on to make a couple of upsets, but I think that's all they'll be able to do this season. Just a couple of upsets. Nothing much expected out of Gujarat, as of I'm concerned.
Yes, I think Gujarat have a lot to take from this, especially, the kind of things they said. As you also mentioned, Girisham, about the dropping catches. Dropping catches and having a casual attitude is a sign of a not a good sign. And especially when you're not doing well, dropping catches and having a casual attitude is not at all good. And especially coming back to the chase, when they lost almost half their batting lineup in the power play, it's difficult. 160, in my belief, also looked like a chaseable total from one end in this kind of conditions, but losing early wickets in the power play can just make things difficult. And and when you're this is what Gujarat Giants I have been observed as been going through the season, is that the top order gets the top order gets broken down easily in the power play, and the lower and middle order gets exposed too early. And if that things that happen continuously in a T20 match in this short format of the game, it just becomes easy that your lower order and middle order are exposed too much. And if you're at least in out of 1 out of 10 games, your top order should at least get 5 out of 10 into a good start. If they are not able to
Totally.
get those start, they are getting the low orders getting too much exposed, and just becomes tough for them to do it in again. So your top order needs to start firing,
Totally.
and that's the
Um,
key card for them to improvement now.
Right, guys, I would like to shoot a question to both of y'all. Something that I noticed, during the match as well. I think I spoke about it a little bit before as well. How important and how good has DC been in showing the rest of the teams how to bat first and win the game? Honestly, talking about their intent, how they've been able to even lose. I think, unlike the last match where, Capsy got going and Shefali got going, not a lot of people did, barring that Meg Lanning's for 39 ball 50, if I'm not wrong. Again, not really great by her standards, but, they still look to get those boundaries, pace their innings really well. So, your thoughts on the same, how important is it for the other teams to follow that, and how good has Delhi been, just your thoughts, please.
I think Shefali Verma and Meg Lanning, the opening pair of Delhi Capitals, is the best opening pair as compared to any team in the WPL, because I think the experience that Meg Lanning has after an illustrious international career to have that with a young gun in Shefali Verma, who is just 20. And being 20 at such a young age, she looks like she's the one of the most destructive batters in the game. And I think the way she starts, Shefali Verma, she started with a boundary, a brilliant flick. It looks like she has so much time on her hands. The way she takes the length on, the way she hit that six over Tanuja Kanwar's head. And after I think Shefali Verma gets out, another young gun comes in. Alice Capsey. She's just 19. I think her family was also there today to watch her. She's having a great time in India. And I think Alice Capsey, she played really well today. I think she got going. Unfortunately, she got out, but because I think the 23 she got the 23 very quickly. That's because I think Delhi Capitals were always having a good run rate, even though they kept losing wickets. They had a good run rate. And that is where then Meg Lanning decided to play an anchor innings. Like you said, it was not the Meg Lanning we know, but I think that was smart to ensure that Delhi Capitals get to a respectable total which they can defend, which they did. And I think she played an anchor innings, and then she did get that she did up the ante and shot with her aggressive intent. And I think at the end also. At the end, I think Shikha Pandey in the last over, she got those two boundaries. I think that because of that, Delhi Capitals reached to that 160, 162, which is an average score. But that is when, like you said, for a batting first team to come in and win a game to defend it, you need to capitalize on the power play. You need a middle order to contribute, and you need to fire at the death. Even though Delhi Capitals kept on losing wickets, the run rate was good. There were people who were coming on deliver for their team. And I think the way Delhi Capitals started with the bowling and Meg Lanning, her captaincy, I think it was another great performance from Delhi Capitals. And in the end, they got a great win, a dominant win.
Yeah, I would want to carry on from what Vivan mentioned just now. Is about, if you look at Shafali Verma Meglanin, of all so far how many VPLs this season, this is the highest. Both of them together have a partnership of highest of 629 runs. That is most by a VPL batting pair, which is Meglanin and Shafali Verma. And coming to Shafali Verma, I mentioned the kind of aggressive player, and I feel a little bit of glimpse of Virinder Sehwag with her, that whenever she comes into bat, she has got that aggressive intent from ball one, and she's hitting just effortlessly. At the age of 20, playing just effortless six hitting technique. But if playing under McGlynn, who has won almost 6 to 5 World Cups, who's a World Cup winning captain, who's also considered the legend of the Australian women's cricket team. By learning from these Australian players, I believe in the future we can expect Shifali Verma go in the world stage and break many more records. And coming to the point of Delhi Capitals, how they capitalized the innings is, if I'll go to the three phases of how Delhi made their innings. The first phase they got 51 for one. The second phase it was 62 for one. Which in the first two phases they were total control. Then you had some partnership between McGlynn and Jemima Rodrigues. The last phase 33 for 3, where the Gujarat Titans bowlers came back in the death over. But in the last 2 overs, as he said, Radha Yadav came and got them 20 runs and pushed that total close to 160. And this is how is important T20 cricket, the three phases, that your opening pair gets you an excellent start in the first six, and then it becomes an easier job for your middle order to play their role. And then the last six, the death overs, is where your power hitters come and finish off the game. That is very important. It is very important that your openers get to a good start so it becomes easy. And if everyone knows their roles clearly, what it is to be done in each departments become very. And as for what I've observed, Delhi Capitals in so far the matches I've seen is that everyone's roles clear in this team, who does what, and that's very important when you go to a big tournament and play a big tournament like BPL.
Absolutely, and I just want to add one thing. I don't want to bring it up, but my counterpart, another RCB fan, is not here. But speaking just from a point of an RCB fan, I was wondering, should I support Delhi or Gujarat, which will help RCB better in the future matches? And I was wondering, I wanted Gujarat to win because Delhi is right above us. But I think it was Mel Gibson who was commentating. She points out, she says that it's better for RCB that if Delhi win, so that one team is out of the contention for all. Now they have to just fight with the rest of the three teams. So I think I don't know what I'm trying to say here. I think I just wanted to maybe tell this to Sakshi, who's not here, but I don't know who you guys support. But as an RCB fan, guys, I think I'm a little happy about this.
No, you're right, because now they have only four teams fighting for the three spots. So
Yeah.
that's a good thing. For RCB, it's a good thing. But for Gujarat, I think I'm very disappointed in Gujarat Giants, because when after hat trick of losses, today was a must-win game for them, and I think even 160 what we're talking about was chaseable, but not even 160. The score that Delhi Capitals should have got from the batting performance Delhi Capitals gave was not more than 130. The 30 runs, I think the gap of the 30 runs is where the poor fielding and poor catching comes into play. Uh, I think Shefali Verma, first over catch, a cotton ball chance, she was dropped. Another two catches were dropped. Important. Meg Lanning's catch was dropped. Then even so there were very important catches dropped. And when you're having your back against the wall, you're playing a do or die game. You just can't afford to drop these catches. And when I think Beth Mooney has also let them down, because if you see, Meg Lanning is leading from the front. You see Smriti Mandana lead from the front at times. You see Harmanpreet Kaur whenever she is the captain, with Nat Siva Brand, who is her stand-in captain. You see these captains leading from the front. But here I see Beth Mooney, who is a big name player in international cricket, a captain of this side. She herself has let the team down. She herself has not been able to give Gujarat Giants that start. And then the batting was continue. But I'm really disappointed with Gujarat Giants, because I feel for the WPL to get the race for the playoffs, even though RCB it is good, but for the WPL, I think you want, like the IPL, you want like in the IPL, there are four spots, but six, seven teams are competing. It gets very interesting in the end. Like the same thing, I wanted all five teams to be in the contention, so that at the end, three teams will qualify to get the race interesting. So, but I'm very disappointed with this Gujarat Giants
I
performance, and
think
I
I
think it's done for them.
Vivan, I would a little bit disagree with you. Beth Mooney has a couple of World Cups, in her cabinet. It would be really wrong to say that Beth Mooney has not performed, but for some reason, there's not some inspired performances. Maybe if I had to, pick a reason, it could be the fact that the way they lost the first match. Maybe they thought they were in it, and then just the way Sanjana, if I remember, it was now who came in and hit the last ball for six. So maybe since then, they've just not been able to get going. I think, it's just because of the fact that, their shoulders look down. They seem like, Beth Mooney, I can see behind the stumps, she's cheering and she's crying out and she's telling it, okay, it's fine. Even in the last couple of matches, we saw she was, somebody dropped a catch, she's going there and, telling them it's fine. There's another ball coming. You can focus on that. But the fact is, something is going wrong. Something in the drawing room where they're planning out stuff. Something is going on. Maybe it's not the fact that where the fielder should be. Just the other day again, I was can't help but mention how Smriti got in Ellis Perry from the entire offside to the leg side just to have her in the right place. maybe that's not what we're seeing. And just sometimes, it just doesn't go on. It's just one of those days where nothing comes off. And they had a couple of really crazy injuries as well for Gujarat. I think this is one day they will want to forget. But I wouldn't fully put this on Beth Mooney's captaincy. And I think again it's too late for a change in captaincy as well. But I think just some very less inspired performances. So maybe the think tank of the team, or the back end people who were there, kind of telling them what to do and what not to do. Maybe that's something that they can tinker around. But I don't know. I wouldn't want to point fingers solely at Beth Mooney. I think that would be really unfair for her.
So what I
Yes,
meant was Beth Mooney as a batsman has not performed. She is a good leader, but as a
Okay.
batsman, she hasn't performed.
Absolutely, yeah. That I would agree with. I think for her name,
Yeah, yeah.
she should have some better performances. Yeah.
yes. I have one more point to point out of what Gujarat Giants are going through this season. Some tough moments I can understand as a player and team. It's not good to be during the phase. Especially, I would also relate to teams that have gone to similar situation in the past in the history, especially in IPL. If you look at Royal Challengers Bangalore back in 2019, they had a similar type of season. They lost 9 games in a trot, and it was when you lose such thing like that as a team, there is lack of motivation, lack of intent, and lack of inspiration. But yes, then we saw in 2020 they came back very strong and they suddenly went back in top of table. So post this season, I think they have a lot to analyze about what are the changes they need to bring and how they can improve as a team going back to the drawing room and come back stronger next year. Each bad season always helps you to learn how to come back strong. And we know in sports that when you're being pulled down in one side, that gives you a motivation and inspiration to come back strong and go to the highest level.
I think Delhi Capitals have completed their away phase, and I think they are getting 3 wins out of 4 in the away phase. Now they are going to move to the home support. They're going to go to Kila Kotla, where there's going to be a sea of blue in support for them. So I think it's going to ease out for Delhi Capitals, and I think Delhi Capitals is the team to look out for in this season.
Absolutely, absolutely. Vivan, I know we're running out of time. Just one small thing, Karthik. I think he very cheekily put RCB's example right there.
Yes.
9 losses in a row. Absolutely, we came back after that. Just hopefully, I think it's too late for Gujarat this time around, but hopefully they do best time around. But yeah, talking about tomorrow's match, I think we should to Delhi. RCB takes on UP Warriors. Hopefully, some we have 2-2. We've gotten 2-2. Sadly, not 2 wins, 2 losses in 2 matches. But I think tomorrow should be a great start. At the Ferozshah Kotla.
It should be
Yeah,
a
yeah, you.
great start. And RCB for them for now they've lost 2 games in a trot. And I think the next game tomorrow night against the UP Warriors, they need to start getting back to the winning ways. And getting back to winning ways is important. They started very well, 2 games in a row they won. Then the middle they got that shady 2 losses. Now I think they should go on and win 2 more games. But let's just hope we have an exciting game in a new venue, a new part of the country, another part of the country, and let's hope that Delhi also gives us more good cricket in action like it did in Bangalore.
Yes, so now it's prediction
Absolutely,
time.
absolutely.
So our favorite segment of the show. And tomorrow RCB take on UP Warriors. And it's the last game in Bengaluru. We move to Delhi after tomorrow. Tomorrow is the last game in Bengaluru. So RCB will play in front of a home support. So, Gersham, what are your predictions? RCB will win it?
Is that even a question, Vivan? Of course, we're going to win it. We're going to win it convincingly. We're going to win it with a huge run rate. I think it's going to be absolutely one last final goodbye. Going to be a trick crowd and just RCB all the way.
Karthik, what are your predictions for tomorrow?
I think let's hope for a thrilling game. We have had a very good time in Chinnaswamy, but I think RCB want to end with a good win at their home venue and to thank their fans with the win while before they go to Firozshah Kotla.
Gersham, what do you think? Will Smriti
I think
Mandhana
I
get
think
a century tomorrow?
yeah, I saw
Karthik
that
had
too.
predicted
Yeah,
actually. Karthik had predicted that
yes.
for Smriti Mandhana to score a century, but she got out for 9 in the last match. But you can go ahead and predict, I feel.
No, I'm going to do a small change. I don't think this is going to be tomorrow's going to be Smriti's day. At least Perry had a good outing the last time around. Couldn't take it to the end. I think tomorrow's going to be a Perry special. As I like to call it, some Perry masala. She's going to add that in tomorrow's innings, guys. And I'm getting 3-3. Sakshi will tell you. I don't think all were there at that time. I got 3-3, so it's going to be 4 in front. You hear me?
Yes, yes. Even I'll go with RCB because after two losses, I think RCB will make a comeback tomorrow. So thank you guys for tuning in. I hope you had as much as fun as we had shooting this episode. And stay tuned for tomorrow. Thank you.